beautiful DIY artsy crafty friends out there. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Dee, aka the Messy Perfectionist, and on this channel I am sharing my love and learning experience for all things DIY artsy crafty. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all of the completed works that I have done for the month of April, and I think there's some for March as well, showing my completed works that I have done for the month of April, and I think there's even some for March in some of the adult coloring books that I own. So I have two from Johanna Basford, Worlds of Wonder and Enchanted Forest. I have some pages in Hanna Karlzon's Tales from the Witch's Cottage, as well as her book Daydreams. I have a few pages that I completed in Stephanie Law's book Secret Worlds, and a few pages also in Kerby Rosanes' Worlds Within Worlds. So I think we will go ahead and start with Kerby since that's on top. Let's see. So I went ahead and flagged these already, and some of these you guys have already seen if you've been following along on the channel, either for like color alongs or reveals or things like that. So this was my dragon eye that I actually just finished this yesterday. I really like the way that this one came out. I used my Black Widow dragon set pencils actually for completing this, and then just some water-based markers to create the eye, and then my acrylic white paint pen to kind of create the reflection there, and again the water-based marker to draw the pupil, which I want to go through again a little bit more, I think. But other than that, I really like the way that this page came out. I knew when I saw this I wanted to do kind of a reddish purplish dragon, and yeah, I think it came out pretty good. So this was one of the first pages that I had done. I think I did this in March and I shared it on my Instagram page. I really loved this picture. This and the sneaker picture, which I also completed, were basically the reasons I bought this book when I saw it in someone else's video. But I really love books and library and all of that stuff, so I just had so much fun doing this page. For this page I used my Prismacolor pencils as well as white gel pen and white acrylic paint pen, and just a little bit of gel pen, like I don't know if you can see it there, a little bit of the metallic gold pen on the books here, just a little bit. I didn't go crazy, I just wanted like a little bit reflection on some of the covers of the books here with the gold. I really like the way this one came out. I love how the water came out, and I was really nervous about doing the water in this, but yeah, I think it was a lot of fun to color. One of my first pages using Prismacolor pencils, I believe, and they did not disappoint. I only did half, even though this is like a double page spread, because I want this page to be in a different palette than this one. So for this page I was going for kind of obviously it's a very futuristic looking image, but I wanted to kind of create like a gloomy, rainy sky, and almost like the buildings were like weathered copper colored, so they get that kind of green effect there, and just kind of the feeling of these kind of stormy rain coming down over the city and the slightly turbulent water. I think for the other side, I want to do the opposite. I'm going to do a brightly colored city on that side. Okay, so I did this one at the end of March, and this was the sneaker page. I really like the way this one came out too, except for my flowers. I felt like I started messing up with my white pen and it got kind of smeary. I was trying to use these metallic pens for the first time, and I should have tested them first. I did not like the way that they came out, but all in all, I think it's still pretty. It's fun and bright, and that's what I wanted to give the impression of, almost like those neon lights coming from the signs and just a glowing effect from the flowers of the shoes, and then of course the glowing from the lanterns that are there. So those were the pages that I completed in Worlds Within Worlds so far. This next book I have not done a flip through for, and let me know if you guys would like to see one. I have not seen a lot of this book around, and it's a really cool book. And so it's Secret Worlds by Stephanie Law, and I haven't done too much in it yet, but I will share with you guys what I have completed. Let's see. So this was one that was also done in March. This was one of my first ones that I completed in this book. I did post this one on my Instagram as well. I used Prismacolors. I used my colorless blender to kind of blend the back in. I used a little bit of gel pen to kind of put the stars in the background here. But I love these little, I don't know what they are. I was calling them owl cats. I think they are so cute. I think they came out really pretty. I was really proud of myself with this one, because this was one of the first pages that I did trying to picture light source and shade in that way. So with her, with the glowing of the little lantern, and you can kind of see the light coming onto her dress here and off of the leaves. I really kind of wanted that to be noticeable in this image. I just love this. I think this, her art is very cool. Very cool. This one I had so much fun with, and look how bright this is. So for this page, I used my set of Prismacolor watercolor pencils for the very first time. I had never used Prismacolor watercolor pencils before, and I had so much fun with this page. That is all that was used here, except for the background, where I used my regular Prismacolor set to create that kind of bouquet background, just filled there. And then also I used fine liner pen and some gel pen for the highlights around. But I really wanted this kind of rainbow gradient with the watercolor pencils, and I really like the way it came out. You can kind of see here. So I laid the pencil down, and then so these are kind of rainbow stalks, and then of course the little guy. But bringing the fine liner pen in afterward and the white gel pen, I feel like just really made this pop and stand out. Yeah, really proud of this page. I think it came out beautiful. The next set I'll go through is Hanna Karlzon's books. We'll start with Daydreams. Haven't done much in this book. So I may have shared this picture in another video. This was the jellyfish page. Again, this was one of my first uses with my Prismacolor pencils, and it's not burnished very well. I didn't take as much time with it as I probably could have or should have. All in all, I like the way it came out. So I know I wanted like these neons here and kind of just that kind of glowy feel, almost like they're under a black light. And then adding in with the white gel pen, just kind of adding a little bit of those highlights and details. And then of course, this beautiful picture is still my favorite picture. I even have it as my desktop background on my computer, but this was the most detailed skin and hair that I have ever done. It was my first time really trying to follow along with another creator. I talk about her often, Sarah Renee Clark. I used her video following along and kind of her palette as best I could match using my Prismacolor pencils and just trying to get the hang of shading, because previous to this I had never done real shading. I just kind of block colored, so I would, okay, this is just going to be one color red, and I might do you know, like that. Like I did not understand how much I could do with colored pencils. And so this was one of my first experiences in learning how to use colored pencils to their full potential. I love her eyes. I think she's so pretty. That's all in this one. And then I did do one in Tales from the Witch's Cottage. I did do a flip through of this book. If you are interested, I can go ahead and put a card up there. And I really haven't done much on this. I think just the one picture. So I used a set of Castle Arts pencils, which I had purchased. I purchased like the 120 set. I have not used those very much. Actually, this was probably one of the only pages that I have used those on, and I could definitely see a difference between these and my Prismacolor pencils. As far as the blending, you could see it doesn't blend quite the same that Prismacolor does, but the colors were very vibrant. I like the way the flowers came out, the little glow. I think the sunflowers look very bright and kind of these cherry blossom flowers. I wanted the flowers to be the color focal point of this image, and just kind of the home and kitty cat here, and the, you know, background to be just kind of that kind of the background. And that's all I've done in Tales from the Witch's Cottage to this day. Next, we'll go through The Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford. Really one of my favorite books. I really like her coloring books. I think they are beautiful. They're so much fun. They're probably my favorite. This and Worlds of Wonder I'm really having a lot of fun with. If you would like to see a flip through of Enchanted Forest, I will go ahead and drop a card up above now, and you can check that out if you haven't seen this one. So we'll open this up. This is a page that I did share, I think, in one of the other previous videos I did. I believe it was how I select color palettes using the color catalog. But yes, this was my double page. I really liked the way this one came out, and even the background. It was probably my first bouquet background attempt, and I like it. It's a simple color palette. I didn't want to use tons and tons of colors, and I just think it's very pretty. The second one we come to is this one, and this is I call it my dark forest page, my dark forest glowing page. I did just go ahead and share a video on how I kind of created this kind of spooky-ish moonlit background of this forest. I like it, but nowhere near as much as this one came out. It's just, it's different. It's different. This is a different feeling. I was definitely going for more of the bouquet blends with, you know, several colors there. And this, I just kind of wanted to create some orbs for kind of a mysterious feel, but I wanted the overall feeling to just be that kind of magical moonlit forest. And I think I have one more in here. Yep, and here is the last one where this got smeared, sadly. One of my first attempts. I keep saying that. I guess these are all kind of my first attempts, but I did this one in March. Again, kind of wanted just to use a few colors, and I really wanted to do the blues and purples with the cloud background to kind of have a feeling of this little globe on the water, and in the globe it's kind of more purplish and pink, and the outside is kind of more with more of the blue clouds and the blue water. I mean, obviously it's pulled through all over, but I like the way the palette came out. I'm sad that this got smeared. I must have closed the book. Yeah, that is the danger of gel pen. That is something I've learned. But yeah, all in all, again, it's all learning, and I'm having fun, and I'm having fun sharing with you guys. Last but definitely not least, Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford. Again, another one of my favorites. I believe I did a flip through of this book as well. If I have, I will again drop the name card up above. And here is the Sweet Treat cart that I colored using my Black Widow Monarch pencils for the very first time. I did a little video showing the swatch and first impression for that, and this was the picture I decided to color using that set. And I did use my stamp pad inks to create the kind of glowing yellow background. I really like the way this came out in these kind of pastels. I knew I wanted to do these kind of greens and pinks. Just, I don't know, it makes me happy. And here is my flying balloon page where I shared this previously on how I created this cloud background. This was a lot of fun. I had so much fun coloring this with the Prismacolors and then using the stamp inks. And like I said in the color along that I did for this, the only thing is I would do different is not use the large circle part of the stencil here in this clouds. I would have just kind of kept the fluffy ones, but all in all it looks pretty, I think. You guys let me know what you think. Then here is the last one in this book, and I call this my moon moth book page. I just call it a moon moth. This was one that I colored using for the very first time my Black Widow pencils. I can't remember if this was the video for the Dragon set or the Monarch set, but I'm sure you can find it on the playlist if you're interested in how I kind of went through this. It's not a full color along or anything. I wanted to show how the pencils laid down using them for the first time. And I did use some odorless mineral spirits for kind of the blending and the burnishing of the book, kind of to the ends of the page here to antique it a little bit. And I really just kind of wanted the moth to be the thing that's popping off of the page here. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if this is a picture frame or a book, but in my mind it's like a leather bound book with kind of this beautiful glowing moth sitting atop it. So yeah, that's it, guys. Those are my finished pages that I did for April and a few for also the month of March. I also am working on this, kind of not loving how the background has been coming out in this, but we'll see. We're going to keep working at it. This was using my Derwent Inktense pencils, and I'm not done with this picture yet, and I'm also not done with recording and editing, all that good stuff for that. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you would like to see more color alongs, more flip throughs, what would you like to see more of that I can share with you guys? Because I sure love creating content on this channel. It's been so much fun. I do have another channel that I post my vlog type stuff and my health journey on. You can find that on the main page and probably in the description below as well. If you're interested in seeing my face and learning a little bit more about me, you can do that there. And if you've stayed to the end, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this information beneficial in some way. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already, and I will be seeing you guys in a future video. Again, thank you so much. Many blessings. Have a great day. Bye.